I believe that communication is the foundation to have any successful relationship. If you think about it, a successful marriage is all based on communication between a husband and a wife. A successful work environment is based on communication between an employer and an employee. And I believe that a successful relationship about some things in the future between a student and a parent is wrapped around communication. In this video, I want to talk to you about 3 conversations that I believe that every parent must have with their student and every student must have with their parent. Watch this. What's up? I'm Cantor Simmons, the academic guru and the creator of the Pay for College Now program. You know, last night I had something very interesting happen. Actually, it was a very interesting conversation with an old friend of mine. And so last night I was sitting in the bed, I was reading before I was about to go to sleep, and on my cell phone popped up this notification. And my beautiful iPhone said, "Hey, Cantus, your new contact has just downloaded Kik." And I'm like, wow. So if you don't know, Kik is a communication app where you can sort of text and message other individuals. So Kik was on my phone. A few years ago, I was mentoring some young men, and so we used Kik to sort of communicate. And so last night, this notification popped up, and it was a friend of mine that I've been knowing over 20 years. I haven't spoken to her, haven't seen her. So I reached out to her and I kicked her, and I was like, "Hey, welcome to Kik. Why in the world are you on Kik?" She said, "Cantus, can you believe it? My daughters want to communicate with me on Kik for some reason." She says, "Yes, when my daughters are away from the home, they say, 'Hey, Mom, communicate with us on Kik.' Or they say it like this, 'Mom, kick us. We'll kick you back,' right? K-I-K, Kik." And then I thought to myself, wow, these young girls didn't want to text through SMS text. They didn't want to call. They wanted to kick their mother when they were away to stay in communication. And so I thought about it, you know, as individuals, as teenagers, as young adults, as parents, there comes a period in a young person's life where a parent and a student must have conversation, must have clear communication. And I believe that is in those years right after high school, during those end of those high school years, going into those college and young adult years. I mean, you think about it. From the age of 0, 6 weeks, all the way up to 18 years old, a young person is basically, you know, you're doing whatever somebody else told you to do. And when you hit the age of 17, 18, over into 19, now you're starting to think about your future. And I believe that this is the time period that a parent and a student must have 3 conversations. The first conversation that a student and parent must have is wrapped around this one question. Student, what do you want to be, do, and have in life? Yes, I think that's a conversation that must take place in the household. Young person, student, what do you want to be? What do you want to do? What do you want to have? Because for the last 12 years, while in elementary school, middle school, and high school, you were simply reading, writing, learning arithmetic, and developing as an individual. So now, when you're 17 and 18, 19, parents, you must get with your student, you must get with your parent to talk about your future. What do you want to do in life? What type of job you want to have? What type of career you want to go into? What type of livelihood do you want to have? The second conversation that I believe a young person and a parent must have is, do you want to go to college, and what college do you want to go to? Picking and selecting a college is so important. And a lot of times it's going to take a parent and a student. They must come together to have this conversation, because you know what? You go from a place of going to the school that's based on your neighborhood or going to the school that the parent says is best, to now coming to a place in your life where you have an opportunity to choose any school and college all across this world. So that's the second conversation that a student and parent must have is, Do you want to go to college, and what college do you want to go to? And the third conversation that I believe is so important for a student and parent to have is, how will we pay for college? Now, I'm super duper passionate about paying for college, that I created a lot of resources over at payforcollegenow.com. You can, there's a link below this. You can go over and get access to those resources, because I believe that so many individuals don't go to college because of the money aspect. Yeah, I know students right now, and I know right now in our country, one of the top reasons that students drop out of school is because of financial concerns, money concerns, and not having the money or the resources to pay for college. So a student and a parent, you must come together during this time period, because now communication about money, communication about finances must be had in the home. I mean, I'm pretty sure the years before that, I know in my household, my mom and dad didn't talk a lot about money with me. Now, maybe they should have talked about bills and paying mortgage and insurance and all of those things. And yeah, we probably should have had those conversations. But in most households, communication doesn't take place about money until it's time to go to college. So you jump from having maybe a conversation about a stipend or allowance to now talking about how we're going to come up with $38,000 of money per year to go to college. So right now, here is my challenge for you. I want you to have these 3 conversations with your student. I want you to have these 3 conversations with your mom, your dad, your loved ones. Whatever the household structure is, I want you to have this conversation today. Number 1, what is it, young person, that you want to do in life? Number 2, do you want to go to college, and where do you want to go to college? And number 3, how are we going to pay for college? Now, here's what I want you to do. I want to keep you accountable. Down below this video, I want you to leave me a comment. First of all, let me know when you're going to have the conversation between your student or student with your parent. That's number 1. Let me know when you're going to have the conversation. And then number 2, I want you to come back here and let me know what you guys came up with. What do you want to do in life? What college do you want to go to? And how will you pay, or how will we pay for college? Let me know down in those comments, because communication is so important during these development years when a young person goes from a teenager to a young adult. And it's going to take an entire community of people to help our young adults and teenagers get to the place that they want to get to. Now, I also want to challenge you again to go over to Pay for College Now, where you can have access to some of my free resources, some of the events that we're having to help you answer some of those questions of how you're going to pay for college. You know, there's a lot of money out there right now. $2.8 billion go unused to help people pay for college. So I want to make sure you get access to that $2.8 billion. So just simply go to payforcollegenow.com to get access to that. But most importantly, I want you now to have those 3 important conversations, because guess what? Your life, your future depends on it. Hey, I'm Cantor Simmons, and remember this, there's only one game in life that counts, and that's your A game. I'll talk to you soon.